After 10 years of carrying my parents, my dad handed everything to my sister who'd only returned 1 week ago. I set down the power of attorney and the house keys. "Congrats, Lena." Mom nodded, adding, "She deserves it." But when my sister opened my letter, she exploded. "You're joking." My father didn't even clear his throat before doing it. He just pushed a polished folder across the table and said my sister's name like it was a promise. Lena had been home for 7 days. I'd carried my parents for 10 years. My mother's nod was the loudest thing in the room. I didn't argue. I didn't even blink. I placed the power of attorney beside the house keys, the metal clinking sharp enough to cut the silence. Everyone thought I was surrendering. But when Lena opened the letter I'd left for her, she didn't read it twice. She couldn't. I grew up in hallways that smelled like antiseptic and lavender, their lights humming softly overhead. My father walked ahead of me with long, confident strides, greeting every resident by name. I used to trail behind him, pushing a wheelchair I was too small for, standing on my toes just to keep it straight. The metal would rattle and he'd glance back with a smile that never quite landed. "Careful, Kara," he'd say, then turned back to the person he wanted to impress. Lena didn't trail behind anyone. She floated dresses that swayed, curls that caught the light, laughter that pulled eyes toward her like gravity. My mother posed her in doorways and beside holiday decorations, posting photos with captions about our bright future. I sometimes appeared in the background of those pictures, half-cut, holding a clipboard, or wiping a spill no one noticed but me. Even as kids, the division felt rehearsed. Lena got the dance shoes, the summer camps, the weekend trips to unlock her potential. I got responsibility. Kara's independent. My parents told everyone as if independence were something I was born with rather than shaped into. When Lena complained about her homework, they hired a tutor. When I brought home straight A's, my father nodded without looking up from his laptop. "Expected from you." There was one birthday I remember clearly. Lena's cake had sparklers, gold balloons, and a dozen relatives crowding around her. Mine, 2 months later, was a sheet cake from the grocery store left on the kitchen counter, half frosted and already leaning. My mother kissed my cheek and reminded me to grab my work uniform before heading to the facility for an evening shift. I was 16. The shift wasn't required. The mortgage was. I didn't resent Lena then. She wasn't the one who set the rules. She simply thrived under them. But I learned early that wanting anything made me inconvenient. So I stopped wanting. I filled medication drawers, folded towels, helped residents write holiday cards. I became the girl who solved problems quietly, whose usefulness erased the need for praise. By the time I reached adulthood, the pattern had hardened. Lena left for the city to build a career in creative media, a dream my parents spoke of with reverence. When she called home, it was usually to ask for money. They always sent it. Meanwhile, my father fell ill, then my mother. The business faltered.